So within Wixárika language, really, there are a couple different levels of language. There's the kind of everyday common language, and then there's this religious sacred language that it takes, you know, particular people who are learned in more of the ancestral language, maracate, who are healers and chanters. And so Nierika is one of those words that it can have those two levels of meaning, kind of a more commonplace meaning. And so the Nierika oftentimes it's an offering, it's a prayer, but it can also be seen as both a mirror of us and a shield, right? And so it's this very interesting medium in a way between us and our ancestors. And so the spiritual world and the physical material world that we live in, and they are usually placed in sacred places as either personal prayers and offerings or more collective prayers and offerings. And they have different manifestations. Sometimes they're on wooden boards, sometimes they might be more in a gourd format, sometimes they might be paper. But the idea of it is that it's a manifestation of an intentional prayer. And as I've learned over the years, it's connected to a concept that is both a mirror of who we are, but that mirror is also like our shield. It's our protection. And so it really is a multifaceted symbol, in a way, material object that also symbolizes this interconnectivity between us and the ancestral plane, and this dialogue that comes back to also our ability to be protected, right? So it's a complex term because oftentimes these more religious terms, it can have these different levels. So in its most simple way, you could say it's an offering, it's a prayer in a physical format. But in its more complex way, you start to see this deeper dialogue between ancestry, between this balance that we're supposed to keep, and that reflects our walking and therefore also has implications for our protection. If that